G'day, hi, and welcome. All right, back to the boat blogs. Okay, so this is just an update. Okay, if any of you other guys are sailors, just riddle me this one thing. In the fall, I put the boat away clean, swept cabin, deck, floor. Uh, Everything looks good, but when I come back in the spring, it always looks like this. Does that happen to you? I like they say, if it's the captain's mess, let him clean it. But anyway, yeah, I got my work cut out for me for this boat. So first day, it's been sunny. Oh, that's where my socks went. These socks might need the wash. We'll call those winter storage socks. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, this is just an update of what's going on with this channel, what happened to the other channel, and what the future is. And my decision is final, and I'm going to tell you guys where to go. I mean, direction is wise. Anyway, okay, might as well kick off my shoes, make myself comfortable. All right, not too comfortable because the boat's really dirty. This is the brush I've been looking for all my life to prop up my camera. Okay, so that one's not gonna work. There's a ledge there. How did I do this last time? I know what I did last time. I know exactly what I did last time. I did something like this. I got smarter. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, not too bad. So, okay, so for those of you coming over from my Not Red to Me channel, that channel has been taken out by YouTube, obviously. For those of you who don't know what happened to it, it basically, they got me. So, a lot of you don't like that. I don't like it either, but it is what it is. Lasted as long as it did from 2007 to now, so that's many moons, and that channel is gone, right? But it was something I was expecting anyway. So for those of you joining this channel for the first time, the Professional Canadian Beaver Walker channel, I'll even talk about how it got its name and all that. So just so you know, just a bit of a backdrop of what you're looking at here and what you're going to get here. First off, this channel will never become geopolitical like the last channel, because you just can't get away with that on YouTube. It's against their guidelines. Their guidelines are so vague that you don't even know if you're breaking them or not. And when you do break them, they never tell you exactly what the violation was. They just call everything hate speech, right? So that is what it is, without going into more than that. But it doesn't mean I have stopped doing that stuff. Now, for those of you that are joining in for the first time in the crazy world we live in, yes, I am more center-right than I am on the left. So I consider myself kind of more of a neutral person, subject by subject. So some things I'm left-wing on, some things I'm right-wing on, but in general, you could call me more of a right-wing person. So if that offends you, I apologize. Not much you can do about that. You'll just have to kind of, just watch the channel and enjoy it, knowing that deep down, you're watching somebody that lines on the right. So if that's too much for you, then it's too much for you. That said, this channel is not political. Therefore, the content is welcoming to the most insane leftist to the most crazy right-winger. So, and everybody in between. You're all welcome here. Why? Because life's too short not to do that. So that's what this channel is. This channel is a kind of a get your mind off the serious stuff kind of channel. But it's not just goal of mindless entertainment is not my main goal with it. I do like to show you stuff. Like, I do like to show you stuff that will inspire you the best I can. Just day in the life of stuff as well. Some of that is not going to be of interest. Like, I know my truck brake, rotor brake series is probably not going to be groundbreaking videos, but it's something that, okay, let's see what this guy's up to today. You know what I mean? Yeah, so there's a lot of that. And there's also, how-tos, well, as long as they'll allow it for. I've got my trapping series on here. Now, the whole Trapping 101 series started on the other channel. So if you can only find season 7, it's because you'll never find the other ones because they got taken away. And I can't, I didn't store those or anything like that. I can't reintroduce that. That said, channels, season 7, if you want to learn how, like, trapping bushcraft the right way, not this kind of Bear Grylls stuff, but real trapping There's a lot of great stuff there for you. I'm not saying I'm the best at it in the world, but I did have good success, and then COVID came along and kind of wiped out the trapping industry. But animal conservation, nature, stuff like that. I will have a variety of stuff on this channel that is just going to be out there. I know they say that if you want your YouTube channel to go big, it pays to specialize. So pick one thing and do one thing. I'll use Do It With Dan or Suburban Delinquent as an example. I love those guys. And Canadian Prepper. I love those guys. They're great. Do It With Dan I don't watch all the time anymore because his videos have gotten longer, because they're they used to be like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes on his motorbike, but then he's kind of like into the car thing now, and he's kind of motorbiked himself out, right? He still loves motorbikes, but it's just like, you can only do so much of that for so long, and then no matter how good it is, it's like you want to try something different. Like, it's like, is that the only thing I'm allowed to do with my channel? Well, I've never been like that, and I've been warned not to do that for years and years and years. You know what? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If your content's good, people get involved with the personality more than they do the content. You know what I mean? If they're looking for the content, that's how they find you. So if they're looking for motorbikes and car shows, I got that on here too. If they're looking for photography stuff, I got some of that on here. If they're looking for trapping, I got some of that on here. If they're looking for, how to keep a jalopy on the road with paper clips and shoestrings, I got that on here too, right? For example, the Blue Speeder project, that 81 Camaro, 82 Camaro, you should see that thing now. It's not the same car at all. And what the guy did he popped out the 4-cylinder and put a V8 in it, and you would never know it was the same car. And all the people that looked at that car and said, "Reg, that's don't waste your time with it," blah 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 blah. What he did with it, trust me, he spent money on it. Don't get me wrong, but the car's still under 10 grand. And you should see you should hear what it sounds like. That he's got a hood scoop on it and everything. I made a deal with him. I said, whenever you get it all fixed up and finished there, I want to do a video on it. And he goes, yeah, sure, no problem. And he just works over at the garage there. But that's the stuff I like. I love that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, it's just because people, when they see where it started, and then you see where it ends up, even though it didn't end up there with me because I didn't have the money to do it, but when you see where it ended up, you're like, that's what happens when you think big and you can dream, right? And that's kind of what this channel's about. Like this boat, someday you might see it in the water again. Maybe I might sell it. I don't know. But, there's another thing that's on this. A lot of sailing stuff on this. There's a little bit of everything on there. There's motorbike stuff on this, like crazy. And there's also a lot of music on this. The idea of this channel is more inspiration. Now, another channel that's really good, I watch quite often, is the Paperboat Project with Stefan. Used to be on Sailing Miss Lone Star. Now, he's more of a sailing channel than not, but his goal was the same thing. It's about making dreams come true rather than just being about sailing. It's just most of his content's going to line up with the sailing. Where for me, I'm not as nice a guy as he is, so I'm a little more stingy than he is. But it's kind of the same philosophy I have here. Like, if I could show you something that's just interesting. My motorbike blogs, I still got to get the mic adapter for my GoPro, and my motorbike's broken, but you'll get to see the bike, bike stuff, all kinds of stuff like that. So, and it's not just for guys either. Like, I mean, guys and girls could enjoy this channel. So what am I going to do about my old channel? No, there will never be, the Northern Beacon channel link is probably still down below. I'll probably keep it there because I still don't know what I'm going to do with that, because there's no point in making it geopolitical, because here's the problem you have. Because we live in such a polarized world right now and all the crazy stuff going on, I won't get into, but you can't get away with just popping up channel after channel, and it's not like it's easy for me to do. Like, for some people it might be easy, but you need a new phone number every time you start I think you can do 3 channels off of one phone number. The problem is it all links together. This channel was linked to the last channel through the email, right, and the Google account, which also, when they took down that account, they took it down, like, for example, my blogger, I can't access my blogger on the old account, and I have to, this is like a whole new slate. Like, basically, it's like a mountain climber effect. When one falls, you all fall, right? And, because it's all linked together. And that's the problem you have with Google products, is that it does that, right? So there's no point in me using a Google product for something that they are targeting to get rid of, right? And to keep ahead of that, well, number one, it would never gain any views anyway because it would be stifled from the algorithms. A lot of people still don't understand how these algorithms work. I can't tell you exactly how they work, but I can tell you what they have done to me, and I'll explain that on my other channels. But basically, if you want, and it again, you don't even have to put on underwear to do this. You can get all that content that I had before, not the old content, but the new content, my World War III updates and some other videos. There's about 150 some odd on my BitChute, which that link is down below. So if you want to go see my political content and geopolitics and stuff like that and opinionated stuff, you can go over there and you can hate on me there, or you can love me there, or whatever. Or you can just say, I like the guy here. I like the guy here. You know what I mean? That's your choice. It's your choice. But it's only fair that I let you know where to go. And the thing is that I figured, okay, well, I guess it'd be almost 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks since the banning of the other channel, which I expected coming. No, I wasn't upset about it at all. Like, I mean, I expected it, right? In fact, I was kind of like, oh, wow, I made it this far. I expected this years ago. So that's, it's, I could sit there and waste a lot of energy on how upset I am and blah, blah, blah. And I know the first time your channel gets taken down, that's what you do. But I have a different philosophy on how I look at it now. Like, the loss isn't on my side. Yeah, I lose the channel, but the loss is for the people that it was reaching. The loss is for the people that were scared to listen to it. The loss is for the people that feel that they live in they're so insecure that they feel that they live in a world where they have to control everything in their lives. I don't feel sorry for me at all. I feel sorry for them, that they think that way. You know what I mean? Like, that they are not able to accept a difference of opinion, etc., etc. So that's why that channel, like, I mean, and I was super honest on that channel. I don't think I ever, I don't think I ever held back anything, really, and my views, when you go over to the BitChute channel, which is a not Reg Me channel, but it's over on BitChute, you go over there and you'll say, okay, now he's really going to tell us how I feel. You're going to say, well, no, it's the same shit he was saying over on the other channel. yeah, because what you see is what you get. Like, I'm like this in person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty much what you see is what you get. I'm a little I don't talk politics with anybody in person because I know we just live in a world where you can't get away with it, right? Like, people just get way too hyped up. That's why I made videos, because, at least people yelling at the screen don't cut me off or whatever. So this channel will never go political. I'm sorry to tell those that don't want to hear that, but that's the way it's going to be. But you could still go over to BitChute, and it takes a little while to get used to going over there. And I know it's not as good as YouTube for the search engine and whatever, but the link right down below brings you right to my channel anyway. And if you can't find it, it's not Reg Me. So you will find it. You will find it over time. And what I might do if I do anything with the Northern Beacon, what I might use it. But then I'm like, well, why upload here, 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 and here, and here? I kind of like I understand the advantage of uploading in multiple places, but you have to understand, like last night, okay, uploading just on the Professional Canadian Beaver Walker channel with my GoPro stuff, that was 4 hours of uploading. Mind you, I put up a lot of content last night, but it was still, I only get 60 gigs a month here at the house, so I can't upload at the house. It's just, and uploading on the Wi-Fi, because I can't go inside the hall anymore. I have to sit out in my truck and whatever, uploading, and it's very, very slow. It's very, very slow. So to give you daily content is very, very hard. But there's things I can do on this channel so that it's, the videos aren't too long and whatever. And all that. Live streaming, again, I've wanted to do it for years, but live streaming on Wi-Fi apparently isn't so good. I could try it, but I just, it wouldn't do you guys any justice. So it's best just to, let sleeping dogs lie there. So I would love to be able to do that. The big thing I'm working on now is getting my 1,000 subs on this channel, which ever since the other channel went down, I know there's a lot of people coming over to here from the other channel, but it seems like a restriction has kind of been taken off this channel, and my watch time has also went up quite a bit too. And there's a lot of good stuff on here. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of good stuff on here. And then the other on the BitChute, like I say, the BitChute is basically whenever I get a chance. I can't do daily uploads the way I did on here because it's very difficult to do it there. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes to upload a video there. Sometimes you have to upload it 3 or 4 times. Sometimes it takes an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Like, so it is time consuming. And again, sitting out in the parking lot, and then plus with no other incomes coming in, I have to, my week is filled up, chasing people down with my truck, seeing if they need me for the day, whatever. Don't do that every day, but you get the idea. And so it's just one of those things that I've got to put my time where, I can make ends meet. One thing that happened when the channel went down is full demonetization, which happened first anyway. But even though I wasn't getting that much, the little bit that got taken away is, it adds a strain to, okay, now you got to go find to counter that, right? And that's the problem. That's the problem. Now, that said, I still have some Patreons, and I really, really appreciate that. I don't know how long they're going to stay because, I guess what they're, like, what's the sticker shock of that other channel being gone? They're going to be questioning, well, why am I sending, a couple of bucks to this guy every month? And, it's not I don't have a million patrons, but, it's 30 or 40 bucks a month that I get from that. That all helps, like every little bit helps. So, sometimes I get more than that. I've had some really nice donations over the years of like, stuff that I probably don't even deserve and stuff like that. And it's helped me out so many times. And the love I get from my subscribers means a lot to me. You guys, like, you have no ideas how appreciative I am of that. And I just want to say thank you for that. But it's also one of those things that my goal was never to make $1 million doing this. I don't do it for the money. I don't have sponsorships. I don't have that. But there's also to give daily content of, with the hamster that thinks moving around in there. That takes time. That takes a lot of research. It takes hours of research. I still do it and stuff like that. But it's like it's pulled back a lot. So it's weird for me to adjust not making 2-hour videos every day or an hour video every day. You kind of get addicted into that routine, right? So it's like, you get up and you automatically have a time slot for that part of the day. It really makes your day go fast when you're doing that. That said, it also holds you back from getting your boats fixed and bikes fixed and this fixed. That. Although I do that too. So everything's always a juggle for me. The universe is always constant movement. So am I, right? So the good thing is I'm never bored. The bad thing is just I never get everything done. It always takes me forever to get things done. Things are slow, and I do everything on a shoestring budget. That's why this boat isn't back in the water. A couple of years ago, the plan was to get it back in the water, and it was pretty close to getting it done because the money was coming in. But now it's like, okay, well, the truck just zeroed out its $400 repair for the month. You know what I mean? So like that hits me, and then next month I start getting into the insurance renewals and stuff like that. Start saving up for that, right? So I'm always and then plus if I want to do the gun range stuff, there will be some gun stuff on this channel, but I'm kind of like, well, I'm hesitant on that because again, YouTube guidelines, they hate people with guns. So, but I like competitive target shooting, so that's something I really like to show people, right? So we'll see if I can get away with it, but it won't be a gun channel because gun channels they've been taking them out left, right, and center. So and on BitChute, the biggest problem on BitChute, I think the biggest video you can put up there is 2 gigs, and a lot of my videos on the GoPro are like 3.5, 4 gigs, right? So I can't really get those videos up there, and they just stay in processing for like 3 weeks. It's just like, what I mean? So there's all these struggles that you got to go through. There are other websites that I'm going to be like, I wanted to get on to, what was the one, but I couldn't get onto it. Everybody's talking about it, but you have to have a cell phone number. They won't take a house number to do it. So what's it called? Anyway, that one was good because you could get tips and monetized and stuff like that. BitChute you can't monetize. So I'm going to be experimenting with other websites over time, but I'm not going to, like, without being able to dedicate my whole day to it, the thing I want to, I can't sit there and upload on 10 different websites a night type of thing, which I know that's how you grow, but it's like, it's just not doable for me, right? It's just not doable. So I've got all that going on. Like I say, if you're looking for geopolitical content, it's the BitChute. That's where it's going to be for now. Now, I know I have to start backing that up, because with the BitChute, it's like, it's pretty free for now, but how long is it until we go into the, oh, well, now you can't say this and can't say this. And we got new internet, Bill C10 up here coming out, and God knows what that's going to do to us. And freedom of speech and stuff like that up here in Canada. It's, again, all those topics I'll be covering on the other channel, on the BitChute channel at some point. But there's lots to watch on that BitChute. There's a lot of great series I got on there. The series I got started, it's called The Sorrow, and I got to get another Sorrow video up pretty soon. But the thing is that, like, if I can give you at least a video or two a week on BitChute, that would be great. But it really depends on how busy I am, right? Right now, I'm like trying to basically juggle, trying to get my scrap metal thing going, which you'll see that on here whenever I do get that going. My scrap metal pile's getting there. I got a couple 100 pounds already, and I probably got I probably got a few tons of worth of scrap metal. I got a call Monday to find out from making this video, to find out what the prices are, because they took the listings down. I don't know why they did that, but I guess it has something to do with, they don't, when the prices go up, they don't want too many people out at once because of the COVID thing, right? So I'm going to call them on Monday, or email them tonight, whatever, see if they can, pong me because then I can calculate how much I'm going to make. If I'm only taking 1,500 pounds at a time, it's a 3/4 ton truck. So if I could take that, if I can get $1 a pound, that would be awesome. But if I can get 10 cents a pound, that's $150 a trip that I'd make, right? So that'd be the least I would move that truck for, because I'm probably going to burn $60 in gas doing it, right? 40 to 60 bucks in gas. It's a V8 truck, so it's that thing. It has to make money to move, and it's been doing good this week. So nice thing, it's only a $500 truck. So but $500 truck is a time bomb, right? So same way my poor CRV is. Yes, my poor CRV is done. Like it started, but I just, whatever problem it has, I just don't want this thing to lead me anywhere. And it's at that point where it's just like, it's the when you say when, like put more money into it and whatever. I've got the insurance on that, the insurance on the truck, which I can cancel the insurance on that. And I'm going to get another car for the winter, because I can't drive my truck in the winter because it's 2-wheel drive. Yeah, you can drive it, but a 2-wheel truck, if you got good tires on it, good winter tires, studded tires, up here in Quebec, you can go with studded tires. You can't in Ontario. But go with studded tires and put about 800 pounds in the back. Yeah, you should be fine for most places that you go, as long as you stay on the, you stay on the, like on the highway type of thing, or on, rural roads. But problem is, I end up always going into like people's places where, they got a steep driveway and it's a little bit icy and stuff like that. And that thing will spin out. I got that thing stuck on leaves on level ground. You know what I mean? Like that truck will get stuck easy. Mind you, my tires aren't the best right now, but you're looking at a couple of $100 for tires, etc., etc. So it's like, okay, well, as a summer truck and a work vehicle for the summer, that's when most of my work's going to be anyway. The truck will work fine. Until I either find another truck, a 4x4. This next truck doesn't have to have the 8-foot box, but it has to have the 4x4 so I can drive it all year round. But do I need another truck? Like that's the whole kicker. Do I really need another truck? I don't need V8 power for most commuting situations. I only need V8 power when I'm putting 3/4 of a ton in the back, right? Or collecting stuff, or doing this or doing that, right? So, or dragging tools around, that stuff. So I'd rather have a small car, 4-cylinder, that gets like 8 gazillion miles to the gallon, and then I can do more stuff, right? So I'm still working on all that business stuff angle of it. When you work for yourself, that's get me to my next job series. I want to keep doing that too. Like, I don't know what this week coming is going to be like. Nothing's booked yet, but last week I did good. I got 4 days last week, and I got possibly a new client. So, but that's good, right? And then the week I got 2 new clients, sort of off again and again. But the work is never like okay, it's this date, this time every week. It's never like that. It's, oh, well, I need this done. Oh, well, I need that done. I was doing horse fences last week. I'll probably be doing horse fences again next week, or at least once a month. So I got all these little side projects going. And on top of that, I got the Light of Hope project, which is basically right now, it's me and Amanda. She sings and I play and whatever. We sing together. Thursday, yeah, because it was raining all day pretty much. Couldn't get much done. Or was it Friday? Maybe it was Friday. Whatever day it was, her and I got together, and it was a really good, even though we didn't quite get the songs out that we wanted, things were really tightening up. So hopefully next week you start to see more. But it's one of those things, like, she's pretty picky. She wants it to sound really, really good, and we're doing everything raw acoustic, so raw vocals and everything like that, and it does sound really good, especially if you're listening to it with the headphones. It's like you're listening to it with the headphones with your eyes closed. It sounds like you're in the room with us, and it's just great. And I'm like, that's what I'm going for, right? For now, anyway. So her and I are doing that. My guitar student, I'm going to go see him tonight. We did a little thing from last weekend. Just posted it up. That was pretty cool. It was just an improvised jam, but he's improving a lot. And it's been almost 3 months or so since we started. From a guy that could barely play a chord to what he's doing now, it's just pretty good. And we're gonna do more stuff tonight. So going over there, there'll be bike stuff with him, I'm sure, because it's only a matter of time before I either get I got to get another bike anyway. Something that's cheaper on insurance. Could be a bigger bike, but it just, sport bikes are really, really crazy on insurance. So I do want to get my TT up and running perfectly and stuff like that. But, if I could pick up an old Goldwing for $800, $500 or something like that, or an old Kawasaki 750 LTD, something like that. I'm looking for those bikes that they still have the plate on them, and it's like, okay, I just need to get a season or two out of it while I take my time with the Triumph. Right, because I just can't afford the $120 an hour, or $70 an hour, or $60 an hour labor for the Triumph, right? So I got to figure everything out myself, which I believe I will. It's just, I got to get some tools and stuff like that. Once I figure out what's going on with the TT, that'll be good. But even then, I still got to resafety it because I let the plate expire. So I got to resafety it, and I'll probably need a back tire. Everything else is good on it. And then it's just a matter of making sure that bike is tip top. It might never go on the road again. It might become a track bike. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that bike because there's a lot I can do. Right. I want a drag racing bike. I want a track bike, and I definitely want a road bike. Right. But I also want a cruiser too, so that if I want to, if Ricky's going to take off with his big Indian Classic, their brand new 2021 Indian Classic, I'm gonna definitely interview that bike. That's a really gorgeous bike he's got. The thing is that, like, he's probably, like, that's the type of bike you sit on all day. You don't really sit on a sport bike all day. You're gonna be pretty sore if you do. Like a 3-hour ride on a sport bike is like that's well, you can't ride 3 hours straight anyway. You'd be out of fuel before then. But you get the idea. So I need a bike that I could tour around on, and there's some cheap bikes out there. It's just a matter of them popping up at the right time and being able to get them, and that they're close enough that I can go get. It's best to buy the bike that's already on the road, and then the guy just drives it here. You fill out all the paperwork, you switch ownerships, and you give him the money, and then you go and you put it on, plate it, put it on the road, and you're done. But I'm on a very tight budget to do that too, because I have to have the winter car. That's kind of more of a priority. But it also depends on how much money I make. So everything like I do is kind of, planned ahead. So I don't spend stupid. You know what I mean? Like I'm always kind of, well, can I get away with this? Can I get away with that? So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully I get a motorbike on the road soon, because I think that'll be a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind turning this more into like a motor vlogger kind of channel anyway. But the idea is not just to be moto vlogging, but to go places and show you things. I was starting to do that with my other bike, but then it broke down. So, but you can see some of the car shows I went to. You can see some of the, like the guy in the neighboring town. I went to his place, and, you can see all the wood carvings he did, these little lawn statue things that he carves out, and, they're not all little. Some of them are, 8 foot tall bears that he carves out. You can see that on this channel. Boat stuff, airplane stuff. Again, when I get that going, that's gonna be great. Possibly next month, if I can get away with it with the GoPro, I will do it. I don't know if I'd be allowed to, but if I can, I possibly could be giving you videos from 13,000 feet. So that'd be a video. Apparently one of my friends wants to throw me out of a perfectly good airplane. So I was like, well, okay, well, if you want to do that, then yeah. So we might go skydiving. It's about $300, but it depends again if I can pull it off. I'm hoping I can, because I think that'd be a great experience. I've always wanted to go skydiving. I just, time and money, right? Time and money. So the problem is, there's so many things you could throw your money at, you know what I mean? And there's some stuff, okay, you just have to get it done. You can't neglect things anymore. The good news is that with the credit card, if they can ever up the limit, I can get a lot more done. But, that's been helping me out the way, like my truck brakes and everything, all pretty much bought it all on the credit card. Now I'm just paying it off, right? So that was a lot easier than, oh my God, where do I get the money, right? So that I don't mind doing. Okay, take 2 months to pay off the brakes rather than pay it all at once, right? Yeah, you're in debt, but you're not in so much debt that it's like, okay, oh my God, you're going to lose everything. $500 is my limit. Even if it was like $5,000 limit, it wouldn't matter. Your monthly payments are going to be low enough that you can get all the little things out of the way, and then when you need to spend big money, you could either save up for that or whatever. You can divide it. You got room to move, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing for myself, right? But as I'm trying to get, all these, these new, revenue streams, it's very hard to get a new revenue stream when almost your government wants to put you out of work. All the tech giants want to put you out of work, or, like take away your income. Like everybody seems to want to take away your income these days. So it's really, really tough. So one of the things that, next to the scrap metal and stuff like that, which might be, the nice thing is because you're at your own, you're not waiting for somebody to call you and say, hey, can you come and do this? It's like, do I have enough? I can go. You know what I mean? So if I could get 4 minimal, like 1 ton is about $105 a ton or whatever's the average, what people are getting, between 105 and 140. But it all depends on what you have a ton of, right? So if you have a ton of brass, I mean, you're going to have a really good day. You have a ton of pop bottles, you're going to have a good month. You know what I mean? At 5 cents a pop can, So all that stuff, that's kind of like get me to my next job kind of stuff. Then on top of that, projects are just going to, my gardening project, that's the other thing, like that's still going to be a couple of weeks before I put anything in the ground, but everything's up this high. So, you'll be kept up on the progress of that. And I hope you guys are putting in a garden this year. Just good at best, probably one of the best insurance policies you can put in right now. What else can I say? There's, so I got the gardening thing is kind of priority right now. Keeping the truck running and stuff like that, that's pretty much priority. Keep, like a lot of the money I make, like I take, let's say I make $60, okay? I'll take $20 and that goes towards rent, food, whatever, entertainment, whatever it's going to be, whatever I need it for. The other 20 goes into gas for the truck, as long as I don't spend more than $20, right? The other 20 goes into oh shit fund. So for my truck, I minimum have to have at least $500 cash ready to go in case, you got to get towed or something, right? So then you're never, oh my God, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for this? It's already there. Then once you got that $500 fund, then you start saving up on a $1,500. You should have at least $1,500 away for emergency vehicle stuff, flat tires, oil changes, whatever. You should have that there, and you forget about that money. You don't touch it. That becomes your whatever. Now, if you start putting away more money than that, if you're lucky enough to be able to do that, then once you get enough money to buy a better vehicle, you go buy the better vehicle, and you save up that fund again. You could sell the old vehicle. Like my truck, I'm pretty sure I could sell it for $2,500 just the way it is. Somebody would pay it. It'd probably take a while to sell it at that price, but at $1,500, it's gone tomorrow morning, right? Just for the parts, a running truck with the plate on it, people would buy it like that. That said, am I going to sell that truck? No, not unless I replace it with something better. Because that is a good truck. It's not the most powerful truck. I got to drive a Dodge Ram 1500 2015 or 2017 there the other day. We're moving the bike or whatever, and I had to, while he was bringing the bike over, I drove the truck. And yeah, okay, big difference in power and everything like that, but my truck will still do the job for what I need it to do. Like every time somebody needs something, like that 8-foot box is once you have it, that's when you realize how useful it is. Now I still got the cap on my truck, and that's coming off fairly soon. But I want to put on a tonneau cover. For example, I got to get a tonneau cover. I want to get a box liner. I want to get, which I can find those things over at the scrapyard. Just, I don't like going asking people, hey, you got this, you got that, and then, okay, well, I'll be back for it. I only like doing that if I got the money, right? So I go there, yeah, okay, you got that. They probably have a box over there that's not too bad for probably a couple of $100. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's the nice thing about the Ford F-150s is lots of parts for them. It's just, well, I'll wait. Ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But a toolbox for the back, and stuff like that. So I got lots of plans for that truck. So, that's going to be my bread and butter truck, right? So far, like I say, it's pretty much paid for itself once this year. It doesn't take long to make the $500 back, right? It's just how much, when's the next thing going to break on it? I don't know. You tell me. It's got 280,000 kilometers on it, so it's up there. So we'll see where that goes. The other thing is, like, I'm gonna take my time trying to find a car, because for me it's I've got till the winter to find another car. It's just the problem is the truck is so expensive on gas that it would be cheaper to have the car Monday to Friday type of thing, just running around, and only use the truck when I need it. It's not like that truck is really expensive insurance wise. That truck cost me like $500 a year to run. Insurance and all that. So that's nothing. That's nothing. Maybe it's a little more, whatever, but it's still, that's nothing. It's the 15 to 16 miles per gallon. That's what hurts. So it doesn't matter what speed you drive with that truck. And I'm pretty sure if you were in the city, you'd probably get like 10 to 12 miles per gallon with it. I'm sure it'd be horrible. Even if you didn't have to go far, it's you don't move the truck unless you're going to make money, right? So finding all these little things, collecting pop bottles and scrap metal and stuff like that, it's going to take me a while to get into the groove of that, and finding people that are, because right now it's getting really competitive with that. Like I say, the resource wars, as they tighten up, people are very competitive about, hey, such and such gives me their old car batteries and pop bottles and beer cases and stuff like that, and wine bottles or whatever. Yeah, you start tapping into other people. It can get pretty rough if you start stepping on other people's toes, right? But that said, it's just a matter of finding everybody else. That said, the Eco Center, it hasn't opened up yet. They don't have the bins. They don't. What I heard is they're having a problem hiring enough people to get it open anyway. So that was supposed to be ready to go now. My truck's ready to go, but so I can't do these large waste pickups until that's open. So being that it's semi-government, not that I'd be working for the government, but the Eco Center would be open by the government, for me to make my money on that, which would be good money once it gets going. But when's it going to get going? Now? 5 years from now? Who knows, right? So I can't wait for that one. The putting an application in there, which would be really cool because it'd be so close to home. Even if I could only get part-time there, would be awesome because it's literally like 10 minutes from my place. That would be cool. But it's also seasonal, right? So like anything, we're in a gig economy right now, so it's very tough to make ends meet doing anything. As far as other things that I got going on for this channel, it'll be, like this, kind of the same as the other channel in the sense of the day in the life of stuff. Here's what I'm doing right now. Here's what I'm working on right now. And, like little jump, some jump cut videos, but mostly just, here's what I'm doing. Okay, I'll fill you in when I'm done. More than how-tos. How-tos are very time-consuming to make, which is not a bad idea. And I did do some sailing how-tos on here with the knot tying and stuff like that. It's one of those things that if I can get around to doing it, I'll do it. But some of it takes a long time to put together. Like my mushroom stuff, I still got footage from last year, and I got to put those videos together. There's a lot of research that goes into those, right? So, but I know once I get those mushroom videos out, that you guys are going to like that. And I got to get those out soon because my laptop's full. I got to get the footage off my laptop, right? But also, too, it's that time of year now when, like if you're going to work on anything, it's outside. You got to get all that stuff out, outdoor stuff done. Because it's, we're in May, almost the middle of May. And we're almost halfway through the year. It's like, oh, geez, the year hasn't even started yet. You know what I mean? And it's still cold out. It's wet and stuff like that. And then we're going to go through the flies. I'm not looking forward to that. But so it makes it hard to get things done. Plus, my trailer here, I'm going to be tearing that thing down, making a flatbed trailer out of it. It's not. I'm going to probably start on that today. Just disassemble it or whatever. Then, I got to drag it out of here, take it to the backfield to do it, just so there's not a big mess in the yard here. And then all the scrap aluminium off of that I'll clean up, and I'll basically recycle that. But before I even start that trailer, I want to do a metal run and just see what, if it's, what's going to be worthwhile to do, right? I got all kinds of metal all over the family property here that just, over the years, there's probably 2 years worth of work just getting that stuff out of here. So on my days off, when it's nice out and the flies ain't too bad, I'll probably be in the back fields loading up the truck, heading off to the scrapyard if I can get the tonnage. Right? Because some things are big and bulky, but they're not worth anything. You know what I mean? So I got to figure all that stuff out so I don't lose any money, because there's no use, like at $45 a ton, there's no use doing scrap metal. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody can do it for that cheap. The gas is the problem, right? So I don't think anybody does it that low. But that said, if you can get enough scrap metal and pop bottles and beer cases and stuff like that together, you could make a ridiculous amount of money in one day once you get it all together. So like I say, if you can get items that are $1 a pound, which is, of course, everybody's searching for that stuff. Like say, like copper might be $1 something a pound for the good stuff, $1.40, $1 whatever. So you get 1,500 pounds at $1.40 a pound into your truck. Now, why not the full ton? Well, I don't want to beat up the truck anymore. Again, this is an old truck. I mean, the first run it could break down, and then I got to get towed back with a full load of metal in the back and not make any money, right? Or maybe I make the first run and the truck breaks the next week. So I got to do it as easily as possible on the truck. So for me, it's not a matter of just driving around looking for people's scrap metal. That's not how I do it. I do it via opportunity. If I'm driving that way and I see it on the side of the road, if I see like a stack of cast iron frying pans, I'm going to stop. You know what I mean? And I'll take it. I'll take it. Or aluminum frying pans or something like that. I'll take all that stuff and then I'll weigh it. Once I bring it home, I got a little spot here to offload it. I'm going to organize everything in totes. So I'm going to look at e-waste, laptops and stuff like that. Because some places you get like $2 a laptop, and then you take the battery and you get money, maybe 13 cents a pound for batteries. The last I saw, I don't know what it's at right now. I might have about 10, 12 batteries around here. So looking at about 500 pounds of, probably more like 700 pounds of batteries here at 13 cents a pound. So, you know what I mean? Like there's money in it. It's like anything. It's getting the stockpile to do it. So my friend, he makes between 5 and 15 grand a year doing that. So that would be good enough for me. Then I don't have to worry about all the, trying to find all these contracts with other people. I can just, okay, do that. There's enough scrap metal around to become a multi-trillionaire. You know what I mean? It's just getting it, right? So my goal is to work on getting it to come to me. Meaning, if you have this, I'll go get it. But you got to call me. You know what I mean? Okay, well, Reg, you want to come and get, this, and this? I said, well, the only thing I'm going to take is the metal. You know what I mean? Pails of nails or something like that. You know what I mean? So like, here's like 1,500 pounds of nails. Okay, well, they're probably not worth anything, so is it worth it to pick it up? That's why I got to go to the scrap metal place saying, if I brought you in, like pails and pails of nails, and they'd be, that's shit steel, we don't want it. They're all galvanized and whatever. Range brass, stuff like that. That stuff's worth something. I got it like 60 or 80 pounds of clean brass. You know what I mean? It's all, done, from reloading or whatever. So like stuff like that is like, I think brass went from 80 cents a pound to $1.40 a pound or something like that. So it's like, yeah, if it's still up there, hey, 60 bucks, like, what I mean? You make your gas money just off of that. And, like it's a day's work just to, for like 2 hours work, 2 or 3 hours work, you make a day's pay or 2 days pay or 3 days pay or a week's pay if you do it right. I mean, not too many people make $1,500 a week, but it might take you a week to make that $1,500, right? So it depends on what you have, right? It all depends on what you have, because you got to understand these steel places, they got to make money too. So this is where the flat trailer, if I could pull 3 tons at a time with that truck, at 6,000 pounds at minimum, say $105 a ton, that wouldn't be so bad, right? But if I can get, say, 1,500 pounds, or a buck a pound minimum worth of stuff, which again, we're talking next to impossible to do, but you're talking $6,000 a truckload. That's good money. That's good money if you can find the stuff, right? If you can find the stuff. So you're talking like, like basically the best copper you can find, but where are you going to find all that? It might take you all year to do that, but still, like it's 1 or 2 trips, with a full load is where you're going to make your money, right? So that's what I got going on. But yeah, so for anybody that wants the geopolitical stuff, you have to go to my BitChute. No, it's not that much of a pain. Once you get used to using BitChute, one thing you're going to find about the BitChute is that, yeah, it's not as, the videos freeze and it's not as user-friendly. The search engine is not as good, but all the good content is there. So that link is down below. And that'll take you to my BitChute channel, and you can basically go from there. And if you subscribe there, anytime I put up a video, the only thing is the videos are going to be very sparse going there. Maybe you might get one a week, one every other week, 1 or 2 a week. So it's not like what it was with the other channel with daily uploads, because I just, number one, I don't have the time to do it right now. Because like I say, I'm starting to get into my busy season. Like today's Sunday, but pretty much, if I'm working 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week, I'm just not going to have the energy to do my videos like I did. And it's too much, right? But at least you get something, at least you get something. So the main things are there. I might do this Week in World Crazy on it if I can. Making the fancy videos is kind of hard. And you also understand too, BitChute doesn't have a phone app, which I wish they would get that, but they, again, that's the problem with all the censorship stuff. It's very hard for these companies to stay freedom of speech and stuff like that, when it's like, okay, yeah, well, you can't have this app until you agree to doing all this censorship stuff, right? So that's the problem you have, with that. But if they had that, then I could give you daily uploads over there. But for now, it's just whenever I can get them up there. So just is what it is. Sorry it's that way, but that's the way it's going to be. That said, this content here, I think there's lots of great stuff for you here. I hope you guys enjoy the content that'll be on here. If I come up with new channels or whatever, anything like that, I will put in the links box down below. You can go over to the Northern Beacon channel and subscribe there if you want on YouTube, but I don't know if it's really going to benefit you, but it's, kind of won't hurt you. But if anything's going on there, I'll let you know on here to say, go check out my, Northern Beacon. Right now, there's only one video on there. I think there's like 1,400 subscribers there, whatever. But that channel, again, to turn it political wouldn't make any sense. And if I use it just as a redirectory saying, okay, going here, got videos up today over on BitChute in this place, this place, this place, go check out the link. Well, that I can only do that if I could dedicate my time to it. Like, a lot of people have no clue what it takes to do, like, even like, off the cuff videos like this with no research and stuff like that. like, it takes time. Like, it all takes time. Obviously, you could see the counter on the video, so like that's how much time it took to make the video. Then you got to go somewhere and upload it, right? So again, for those that can upload off home with unlimited internet, you guys, trust me, you have it good. That then I'd be doing the live streaming and all that stuff. But I just can't get away with it where I'm at. Like, I live on the edge of civilization, so I'm lucky to have internet at all. So the thing is that all that stuff will be over there. I'm going to go with the assumption that people are now, like my old, like I had 23,000 subs on the other channel, right? That's where they stopped the counter about 3 or 4 years ago. So there could have been 100,000 on there. Who knows? I've discussed it on the other channel anyway, on the BitChute. The numbers and stuff like that. I had over 17 million views and stuff like that at the last count. Mind you, they'd taken, with the censor, the algorithms pulling millions and millions of views off the videos and censoring this and shadow banning that. All those things were very, 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 like nobody really knows what that channel had. It could, like I say, could have had 100 million views and 100,000 subs. I really don't know. That said, from there to here, a couple of hundred made it over here. So I'm also looking at this as another start over where, okay, this channel is not really starting over. It's something totally new. But I'm going with the idea that on BitChute that, pretty much every time I upload a new video on BitChute, I gain 1 or 2 subscribers, sometimes more, right? So, and it's one of those things that it's only when you upload that you get noticed. So that BitChute will grow fast. If I can find a way to, again, if I can find a revenue source that can allow me to get back to being a blogger and professional blogger again, that'd be great. But, until then, everything's going to be pretty Spartan and sparse. It just is what it is. I got to work with what I got. I always do. Always have. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. So I figured I'd let people know that, like for those, Reg's got to start another YouTube channel. It's not going to happen for the geopolitics because they can't get away with it. You know what I mean? You can't get away with it. They've pulled so many people, you know what I mean? Like, and you got to understand how hard it is to keep starting new channel after channel after channel. Like the second you put it up, they pull it down. So then you got to go get another phone number and then start over again. You know what I mean? Like, and another email and like all that stuff. Like it's you're beating a dead horse at that point. You know what I mean? Like YouTube, like YouTube is just not the place for this. It's okay for channels like this, which have nothing, like again, it's a neutral channel. It's not political at all. So yeah, this channel, but then again, another way to look at it is if this channel can get my 1,000 subs, which I gained over 40 subs in 3 weeks. So I think what's happening too is not all these subs are coming over from my other channel. I think what's happening is some of these subs are newer subs. Like they're the restriction because the other channels was probably holding this channel back a bit too, because I couldn't understand how out of 23,000 subs I could only get a couple of hundred to come over, right, from the other channel. So it meant that only a couple of hundred were seeing my video, and the daily numbers were kind of showing that anyway, that only a couple of hundred people knew that my videos were, I was putting out new videos. They weren't getting notifications and stuff like that. Again, part of the censorship. So, and I would constantly get people, oh my God, you put up a video. I haven't seen you in a year. Good to see you back. It's like I never left. I was putting out a video almost every day. Except for the weeks that I was banned and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the censorship level that we're dealing with. You don't have that on BitChute right now. And again, BitChute is really good. It's really good. Yeah, I get it. It breaks your routine, but once you start using BitChute, you're going to use it every night. I use it every night. Almost all my good information comes from there now. So yeah, like I get it. You get used to the groove of, it's like changing coffees, right? It's just like you like this brand of coffee and then all of a sudden, you got to go to this one. But after a while, you get used to it. You know what I mean? You get used to it and then you enjoy it. And again, the nice thing about this is that, okay, it's not an inconvenience for you guys as much because the thing is that I know for some people, like, for example, BitChute doesn't play on the phones well. And some people, they don't have laptops and computers. Everything's on their phone, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, those people, yeah, you lose those people. I get that. Not much you can do about that, unfortunately. But yeah, Rumble was the other one I was thinking of. I applied for Rumble, but I need the cell phone number to be able to verify the account. Once I got that, which I'll probably get another cell phone because this one is, like, it's not like I could get this one activated. There's no problem about that. I mainly just use this phone for the camera, but it's just the video quality is so low that, but, that's what I'm kind of known for. I did probably have the world record of the guy with the lowest video resolution and with the most video. Like, I had over 10,000 videos on that last channel. So this channel was over 2,000, but mind you, these videos are a lot easier to make because they're fun videos, right? And hopefully inspirational. But yeah, the serious content, if I can get onto Rumble, I'll try to get onto Rumble. But it's basically, I got to figure out what's feasible and what's not. Like, if there's something that I can upload from my phone every day at the library in like a couple of minutes, then yeah, you'll get daily videos again, providing I have the time to crunch in a video. If not, it's whenever it gets there. So hopefully people can understand that. I can only do what I can do. I know people ask more, they always want more, and I get that, and I appreciate that too. But it's just, I can only do what I can do. So if you want the classic Not Reg Me stuff, it's over on BitChute. Until I don't really use I do have a Minds link down below, but I just don't use it enough. The only thing I was doing was linking my YouTube videos to it and maybe BitChute videos to it. Patreon, I still have that. I have all PayPal, Patreon, all that stuff. So if you like the content, the links are down there. I'm not expecting it, but I do appreciate it. So, but like that, just being honest is that, and again, I know I'm not the only YouTuber out there, or blogger out there that says this, but if you can get a monthly's income out of it, then you can spend all your time doing it, right? And it's something I do enjoy doing. Don't get me wrong, I love making videos. One of the problems with making videos is it keeps me from getting a lot of stuff done. So if you think I just make videos to procrastinate and not get stuff done, well, okay, back to the video. So anyway, you get the idea. It's time consuming. It is a job. Like some people don't see it as a job, but it is a job. It takes a lot of work to do it. If anybody can do it, sure, but not everybody can do it. You know what I mean? Like, anybody's got the opportunity to do it, but to be able to pull it off, once you start getting into it, there's a lot of YouTubers, like, they get very stressed out trying to be fresh every video. That's the downside with the fun content, right? Or the hip stuff, right? Is like, how do you keep the viewers in front of you? So they've got like the sponsored people, they've got like marketing teams that come up with the skits for them and stuff like that. So they never really have to worry about that. But then they're all, like, it's beyond a job at that point, right? Where somebody like me, it's just like, there's no script. It's, hey, this is cool, check it out. Look, my boat's leaking. Here's now it's not leaking, stuff like that. Where that's easy. That's easy. And if people like it, they like it. It's kind of raw and unscripted, and it's real, and people like that. Whereas the other stuff, like I say, the geopolitical stuff is, okay, there's 6 hours of research almost every night to see what's going on in the world, and then the next day you got to talk about it, right? And whatever. You usually get enough time to do a one-take wonder. Like, if you watch all these guys that do, like, multiple takes, they don't do a video every day. You know what I mean? They if they do, it's like a 15-minute video with jump cuts and all that. And not that it's not good. In fact, it's excellent. But you don't realize that 15-minute video probably took them 8 hours to make. You know what I mean? Like, that's what people don't get. Like, they just don't get it on the other side of the camera. They just, we'll just do this. We'll just improve this. Just improve that. Yeah, every little improvement is time. Every little improvement is a do-over. Every little improvement is, you know what I mean? Like, it's work. It's work. It's just, it's a different type of work, right? It's not a labor work. It's a more of a psychological thing, right? So, yeah, so I just wanted people to kind of understand that what's going on going forward. I'm not saying that there'll never ever become a day where I won't have other channels on YouTube, but they won't be political. Just there's no point in it with the ownership of the company. You know, I mean, I'm probably just on edge making this video for this channel. You know what I mean? Like, it's really crazy what's going on. It's expectations you can't live up to at all. And you know, I'll delve more into that again on the professional Canadian on the what you call it, Not Reg Me BitChute channel. That said, what is the Professional Canadian Beaver Walker channel? I'll end it here. The Professional Canadian Beaver Walker channel, okay, first off, Professional Canadian Beaver Walker is basically a joke, a Canadian inside joke. A professional, you know, instead of professional dog walker or horse walker or whatever, I'm a professional Canadian beaver walker. So it's a very Canadian tongue-in-cheek kind of, you know, tongue and beaver tail kind of kind of thing. So it means nothing. It kind of because I came up with the name before. Came up with the name before I came up with did the trapping series on this channel. What was Not Reg Me? Well, Not Reg Me. This goes way back to the 90s. Okay, my friend would call me, and every time she would call me, I'd always have some sort of a prank. The first one was pizza, pizza. Okay, and after the 10th time I did it, it wasn't funny anymore. So I had to come up with new material. So the phone would ring. I'd never know who was on the other end, and I'd be, okay, ask me arse, and then after about 10 times, it's not funny anymore, and pick up the phone, and I'd say nothing. She'd be like, Reg? I said, it's not Reg, it's me. Yeah. And that's where it came from. That's the story behind it. That's I don't think I've ever told it on the other. I must have told it on the other channel at some point. Where did the, you know, because like everybody's like, where's the name origin, right? So the Not Reg Me just kind of became my brand. I use it for my photography. I use it for everything. My first album, Not Reg Me, Live in the Raw, or In the Raw, basically, you know, my acoustic stuff. Yeah, all that stuff is, you know, like all those links are down there. So the brand still exists. So if you search Not Reg Me in Google, you'll find all kinds of stuff on me. Like, I'm not a private person on the internet, but in my public life, like again, I'm not, you know, I don't want people visiting me that I don't know, that kind of stuff. You know, I'm very friendly to the people that do recognize me out in public. And it's happened a couple of times, and I appreciate that out there. But I don't go around on a soapbox and protesting and talking, you know, talking politics with anybody I know or love. I don't do it around the dinner table. It's just there's a time and place. You know, like, you know, I'm not a political activist. I'm just a geopolitical analyst. So that's different. It's like I'll put something out. If you want to listen to it, you listen to it. You agree with it, you disagree with it, you agree to disagree. And almost every subscriber I've had over the years love the channel because they don't agree with me on every single thing. Because it's like, it's not just an echo chamber. It's like, okay, well, he agrees with this, but then why is he disagreeing with that? And here's my reasoning. You know what I mean? Is it always logical? Maybe not, but you get the idea. So it gives you a lot. It keeps the debate open, and that's why I'm not going to give up on it. Anybody that's followed me over the years, you know I don't give up on things very easily. You can see all the stuff I have. It's like I always fight for it, right? Doesn't matter what it is, just because it's the right thing to do, right? And that's kind of my slogan: always do the right thing, right? Yeah, so next to that, I don't think I have any more, but other than links are down below. Please go over and subscribe to whatever's there. BitChute is basically where you're going to find me. I don't really use any of the other stuff that much. I don't. Blogger, well, I don't know if my old blogs are still up or not. I can't seem to find them. So I think they got taken out too. So I'll start a new blogger, and I'll have to redo my links, I guess. The Northern Beacon, you can go over there and subscribe, but you know, you might not see anything. I mean, I've had that up for a couple of years now, and I just don't do anything with it. So we'll see what happens with that one. I want to keep it just as a backup, just in case in case they take this channel down for some arbitrary reason, and I start over there. But you know, like, it's getting to the point where if they just keep taking out everything, like it's like, I think the goal is to turn like YouTube into more like a Netflix anyway, or just sponsored creators. So, you know, whatever's going to happen here is going to happen here. So obviously I will be looking at other platforms over time and building audiences there for different things. You know, like a lot, like for example, my Patreon, I don't really post much on my Patreon. I just never get around to doing it. So like that's more just there for the link that if you follow it from here and you donate there, that's great. But you know, it's not like I don't cater to the, you know, that's just the link for me. It's not really, you know, I got stuff on there, but I don't know. I should update it more, but it's just one of those things that I just don't do because a lot of people mostly come here or the other places rather than watching stuff on Patreon. Like Patreon doesn't really have a search engine that's you know, really intuitive. So it's easier just to find things on like YouTube or wherever, right? I don't have a Vimeo. I you know, like it'd be different if I was making like all kinds of money, then I would have that and, you know, increase the audience that way. But I don't spend a cent on it, right? Because, you know, you know, I've got enough things to spend cents on, so I got to keep it as cheap as possible. But that said, the content is free, you know, but you know, like every little bit helps. So hopefully this channel will get monetized, and if it does, it could fund my project. So again, if you share the videos and it gets enough people, you know, I'm getting closer to my 1,000 subscribers. Then it's just a matter of the 4,000 hours of watch time. And the only way I'm going to get that is if I keep consistent content coming out. So the way I've been doing it here is I make a bunch of videos on my GoPro, right? And I try to upload them once a week, and then I try to put them out once a day. So I'm not making a video every day. It's like usually like a line of videos that I made in one day. So, you know, like my truck video was like 2 days of filming and you know, but you're going to get like a week's content out of it, whatever. The gardening stuff, same thing, you know, like I'll do maybe like 5 videos and, you know, put, you know, a week's worth of videos. So, you know, a little bit of video day. I try to keep the videos a lot shorter on here. This is probably the longest video I've done on here to date. The reason being is quite simple. It's just that this is a different style of channel where it's more about the, you know, like there's some videos I did on motorcycle stuff. I don't know if you guys would be interested in on it. Those are about an hour long, but other than that, almost everything is, you know, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, couple of minutes, whatever it is. Some stuff a half an hour. I do have a lot of music on here that some original stuff too, if you want to listen to it. It's all there for free to listen to. And again, if you like it, you know, you can help support it. I got lots of stuff coming out on the music front over the next couple of months. It's going to be, you're going to hear originals. You're going to hear all kinds of stuff, right? You're going to hear all kinds of stuff. So this channel's not just one thing, you know, and again, I'm at that point where I can't really open up any more channels. I've got, you know, my channel opening abilities exhausted on YouTube. So without having another, you know, getting another phone number and a new email and all that stuff, right? So there's that. Next to that, all links are down below. The big one is just go to the BitChute if you're coming over from the other channel. I understand I'm building a whole new audience, once again, as if I never existed before. So I do appreciate the people that have come over, whatever. And for all you that are new and you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, welcome. You know, you're going to get sporadically weird videos from like this from time to time, just kind of explaining what's going on because, again, I'm in 2 worlds right now. I'm in the BitChute world, I'm in the YouTube world, and the BitChute world is way different from this channel, right? So, it's kind of one of those things that sometimes you might get kind of these weird videos of like, where's the guy that's normally doing something weird and, you know, with his broken truck or whatever, you know. Well, that guy exists in many places, so. And hopefully I can give you, you know, as much of that as possible. But we'll see where it goes. So anyway, all links down below, like I said. Keep following them. Some of the links are kind of dud links and whatever. And I will revise my links as soon as I get around to it. Seeing what, you know, what links I'm going to keep. What, you know, because like some of the links are just like... I just don't use them, you know, like I really only use a handful of links, and it's like, it's not fair to you guys to go through all those links and, you know, like Mines, I don't use Mines, you know, like I like it. I'm not going to get rid of the account, but I'm like, well, you're over there, you're waiting for stuff over there, but really you know, like, is it worth it to do it? I don't know. I'll decide on that. Other links, you know, it's just like, okay, well, you know, I tried a lot. I tried a lot of different things to see if I can get other revenue streams, and usually nothing ever pans out. So it's like I'll just go with, you know, the BitChute, or the Blogger, or the Patreon, and the PayPal. I think those are good enough for now. They've worked so far. So and then again, other ways you can support the channels. I'll start a new blogger. I had about 100 and some odd posts on there. So there was daily photography. There was all kinds of stuff I was doing, which today wouldn't be. This week I saw 3 falcons this week. Saw one yesterday, and Friday I saw 2. One chasing another one. It was kind of cool. So I'm going to have to get the camera all ready for summer. You know, and my photography, a lot of that you see over on Blogger. Not all the time, but I'm going to try to get out like weekly videos. The same thing. It's like to upload all this stuff. Like I can't upload it at home because I'm uploading gigs at a time, right? I think yesterday I uploaded 45 gigs. Yeah, 45 gigs. For those of you who have unlimited, that might not mean anything to you. And those of you that are gamers, doesn't mean anything to you. But for those of you who can only get 60 gigs a month, you know, and when you go over 1 gig, it's like $10 a gig or more. So, yeah. So anyway, there we go. Rate, subscribe, share, comment, like. Be true to yourselves. Be true to others. Always, always do the right thing. Have yourselves a great day.